answering the
7 years
fundamental
after she gets
question.
married.
We are now saying investigating team is basically saying
that the woman
she
died
was
of poisoning.
with a poison
That
we
is the
don't
theory
know.
right now.
Sumant,
Now the
nobody
question
saying
is how do you
here that
substantiate?
One at a time, Sumant.
No,
What,
the
Sumant?
investigating team is saying that she was poisoned. By what poison we don't
very
know.
shoddy.
I mean, if you don't know what poison it was, then how do you know she was poisoned?
Well, because
I'm
No,
finding it completely baffling.
No.
If they know the poison, they're not revealing
is
it to us, that's
proved by
fine.
the autopsy. The autopsy
you're
says
obviously-
that the
Sanjay,
woman
Sanjay-
possibly died of poisoning.
Unfortunately, the doctor
The
is not
question
coming on
is,
the show.
But they
was
have
the
not-
poison self-administered or was it administered by somebody else?
That is the second point.
Now,
Sanjay, that is the second point. The first point is what was the
just a
poison?
minute. There are
What
a
was the
whole
poison?
host of poisons. There are a whole host of
they have not
poisons. There, some are
detected them, Sanjay.
corrosives. Some
Sanjay,
of
they
them
have not
affect the
detected-
nervous
Sanjay, one
system.
minute.
The question
Sanjay,
is,
they-
you may not have enough to isolate the poison. Listen,
not
just
been
1 minute.
detected.
Let me
AIMS
complete.
has never
You may
said
not
that
have
they
enough to
polonium or
isolate
anything.
the poison. That is why whatever of the viscera has been preserved, the Delhi police now want to send it for further investigation to a lab abroad. Maybe the lab abroad will have answers.
Okay, so Sanjay,
Maybe
tell
the
me.
lab may not have answers.
Sanjay, hey, tell me.
If you have,
Sanjay,
Yeah.
tell me one thing. One second. May I
Yes,
intervene?
I'm giving you a
May I
discretion
intervene here? What was the Delhi police doing then?
How does the
Was the
police
Delhi
know
police
it was
under
not
pressure?
self-administered?
Why did it muck up the investigation? Was somebody putting pressure on them? Did they go slow because it was a Congress leader's? Because it was a Congress leader's wife? Was Shashi Tharoor not an influential person in the UPA 2 government?
Listen,
Did he not
there
make
are
a
good
comeback
policemen, there
despite
are bad
the scam?
policemen.
Did he not make a
And
comeback
there are
despite the
convenient
scam?
policemen.
Was he not
In this
politically
country,
connected?
some
Did he not have
people
mentors? Who would have been hurt? And by the way, please tell me one thing. Sumansi Raman and all of you tell me one thing, and I find it very interesting today that KTS Tulsi has been silenced by the debate, it appears. Tell me, KTS
It is the
Tulsi.
responsibility of the Delhi police. It is the responsibility of the Delhi police, and it is miserable failure of the Delhi police.
And who was the Delhi police reporting to? One second, Mr. Rajashekaran, who was in power? Did the Delhi police come under the central government?
Case properly.
Did the Delhi police come under the central government?
Arnab, that's a very dangerous argument.
Did the Delhi police come under the central government?
Today the Delhi police
Police have miserably failed.
No, who's running? Who had? My argument is dangerous.
Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't
No,
go
my
there.
argument is why. No, Mr. Hegde, am I not entitled to ask a question? You say don't go there. Am I making an accusation? No. No. Am I accusing somebody of murder? No. But do I have the right to ask a question or not? And I'll tell you something, Mr. Hegde. Now let me reveal something, which I have not revealed so far. Mr. Babu, I'll tell you something now. I want to say something now. Please listen to me. I have with me in my newsroom pictures and elaborate pictures of Sunanda Pushkar's dead body, and I can tell you I have not put it out. You know why? Out of respect for a deceased person. I have several pictures of her body in the way that it was found, okay, in that hotel room, and out of the ethics of journalism. And because I respect, you know, at least that in her death, you know, a person's privacy should not be hurt, and I think it is ridiculous and demeaning that those who have the pictures, some other channels are putting it out. I think that is horrible to do that. I have the pictures. I'll only say this much. The pictures show that she was dressed up. Dressed up as in, you know, she had injury marks all over her. She had been made to lie down. Then a quilt had been put over her to make her look there like she had committed suicide and she had died in her sleep. You look at the pictures. I'm not putting it out, but everybody knows. The Delhi police knows. Shashi Tharoor, I'm sure, knows. Because he would have found, if he had found a body in that condition. Mr. Babu, these are facts. Mr. Babu, who did this?
Mr. Arnab,
who did this, Mr. Babu?
I respect your words. No.
Who did this?
I respect your words fully. One thing I can tell you. One thing. See, as on today, there is only 302 and IPC has been filed FIR only on today. Up to this day, there has been 3 angles of investigation: homicide, suicide, and accident. Now the police has confirmed that this is an homicide. Now we can forget about what exactly.
You tell me, Mr. Babu.
In the past near 365
You tell me, Mr.
And
Babu.
then if you have,
Mr. Babu, you tell me. I want to get Lalita Kumaramangalam to respond to you. We'll keep both of you on the screen. You tell me, somebody knows that their wife has 15 injury marks, has been bitten. This is the worst way a person can die, that you've probably been beaten and bitten, you've been injected with something, there has been anesthesia placed over you, you probably have been, forced into, anesthesia has been put into a particular drug, which I want to read out. Doctors would know that there is a common local anesthesia, lidocaine. Right, the final autopsy report, of which I have a copy, carries a section on reports on chemical examination and viscera from CFSL and FSL. It treats white stains at 6 places and one wet purple color printed lower of make MNS is positive for acetaminophen, caffeine, lidocaine and methyl paraben.
These are all.
No, one second. How can all this? You know all this and then you dismiss it. And in fact, Lalita Kumaramangalam, I am not saying he murdered her, but I'm saying I find it surprising that he says I'm stunned at the murder angle.
He murdered her.
Yes, Lalita Kumaramangalam.
One thing I can tell you.
No, Lalita Kumaramangalam.
In this regard. As on today.
Nobody is saying that he murdered her or no, but the fact is that what he said does sound a little facile and very convenient now. There are some things that we seem to have forgotten. That Sunanda's body was cremated in a real hurry,
absolute rush.
and that one of the doctors who committed the who actually conducted the autopsy later on came out and said that he was under tremendous pressure to give a clean chit. We all know who was the government in power then, and whom the Delhi police were replying to. Now, why they conducted such a shoddy investigation, only they can answer. But there is also the fact that Sunanda Pushkar did die in the middle of what seemed like a huge public spat between husband and wife. All of this, you can't just say that that Shashi Tharoor is a murderer, because it is up to the police today to find out who is guilty, and I'm sure they will establish it.
But you know...
But you can't also say that he has no responsibility or had no responsibility toward his wife, that she could be murdered in such a manner.
No, and by the way,
is a different question.
And by the way, my question is...
You can't just say he had no responsibility towards his wife.
No. Yes, okay, so, one second. Yes, Sumant and Shazia want to come back to the debate. May I ask one more question? Viewers will know.
What new evidence, just 1 second. 1 second, Arnab.
Sumant, listen to me. Sumant, listen to me. A doctor called Dr. Rajiv Bhasin sends an email to Shashi Tharoor floating this theory that she probably drank too much coconut water on an empty stomach, so her heart rate slowed down. This is on 26 January 2014. I have a copy of that email also. 1 second. This was days after the first autopsy was submitted to the Delhi police. Shashi Tharoor on the same day forwards that email to the director of the All India Institute of Medical Sciences versus via a mutual friend. What was his interest? Why was he investigating this? Is he a parallel investigating body? Why was he? Was he nervous? Was he worried? Why was he trying to influence the investigation?
Investigation process till today.
One at a time. Okay, who's speaking? Okay, Shazia Ilmi.
Police says 1 minute. Let me finish. Today the Delhi police says that they are trying. No, 1 minute. They are trying to figure out whether the drug was given, or the poison was given to her orally or was injected into her. Now, that means obviously they know that she did not take the poison on her own and it was
obviously
given to her.
That's why we are calling it murder, don't you understand?
Made the Delhi police say that this poison was given, and
sir,
obviously they have something that they have not put out in public domain.
Obviously, so what are we getting to? So you admit, Sumant Raman.
Because this evidence would have been...
No, 1 second. Lalita Kumaramangalam, please, can I have her on the screen? Yes, Lalita Kumaramangalam. Let's put the questions also.
We are not expected to run their investigation.
Shazia Ilmi.
On a public show.
Shazia, one at a time. Shazia Ilmi.
It wasn't just domestic discord.
How do they know? That's what I'm asking.
One thing is domestic discord, but you must remember that Sunanda Pushkar wanted to reveal something that would have been very damaging to a lot of people in power, and that was that threat looming at large, and I think that motive has to be established. Yes, she made it very clear, and I think that should have so also another point that I want to make is, why should Delhi police and the investigation be compromised and subject to whether it's UP in power or BJP in power? Investigation should be investigation. Doesn't matter how high profile the victim or the survivor is.
Okay,
I think that is the crux of the matter, that
so
forensics
my
are
question to
compromised.
KTS Tulsi.
Investigation is compromised.
No, so my question to
The scope
KTS
and-
Tulsi. No, my question to KTS Tulsi, who is remaining very quiet, unnaturally quiet, if I may ask. Let's put some of the burning questions in this case on the screen. Maybe it will force Mr. KTS Tulsi to end his self-imposed silence on this subject. And Mr. Tulsi, don't tell me you're being polite. You're being careful, Mr. Tulsi, because you also know what's happening. Now tell me, Mr. Tulsi, my question to you is, a woman dies in extremely mysterious circumstances. It now emerges she has been poisoned, bitten and injected into death. Her husband tries to push the angle that she was anything but murdered. He also tries to influence the investigation by sending parallel emails from doctors suggesting that she died of other reasons than murder, and this is sent as part of a parallel investigation. The emails are also out. Now, the lady in question also says, Sunanda Pushkar says, KTS Tulsi, one day before her death, I took upon myself the crimes of this man during IPL. I will not allow this to be done to me. Do you think the IPL angle, the expose angle, the angle that she could have revealed something very sensational and that might have influenced many very, very powerful interests, I'm not naming anyone, people who were powerful at that time, that there could have been a compelling reason for those people to eliminate / silence her? Can we rule out that possibility, Mr. Tulsi?
No, we can't rule out. It may be true.
So you admit today there could have been a serious possibility of powerful people eliminating her because she was going to reveal something in connection with the IPL issue?
No. I'm saying nothing can be ruled out.
No, so this, why do you think she said, I took upon myself the crimes of this man during IPL?
And discovery of truth is a very painstaking... No. That may be the factor, may not be the factor.
No, but why did the police not investigate that angle?
Marital discord. He's having an extramarital affair. No.
No, he's having an extramarital affair, so the... No, one second, I don't understand this.
You can't adopt this inquisitorial system. You are inquisitorial, that, well, you have to answer. This is not the law in this country. This is not the constitution in this country.
What?
In this country, you have to be proved to be guilty without...
Agreed.
Beyond reasonable doubt.
Agreed, but you admit it doesn't add up.
You have to answer.
No.
Every accused... No, every suspect has a right of silence.
Agreed.
And you must respect the right of silence.
No, agreed.
That's a constitutional wisdom.
Yes.
And that's a fundamental principle of our jurisprudence.
Absolutely,
right.
Absolutely. But then, no CCTV on the floor? Photographs not submitted by the investigating officer?
So there are lots of questions.
No, so these questions don't matter?
There are lots of questions. No.
These questions don't matter anymore?
Every murder case has hundreds of questions which have to be answered.
No, tell me, Mr. Tulsi. Okay, let me ask you, Mr. Tulsi. Mr. Tulsi, why does somebody have local anesthesia on the clothes they are wearing at a time when they are found dead? That means somebody wanted to put anesthesia on you, right? Somebody first wanted to put anesthesia on you, knock you off, and then kill you. Is it a likely thing or not? You don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to come to this conclusion.
Well, why are we... No. It is likely. It is possible. What you are saying may be correct.
But isn't it worrying?
May not be correct.
Isn't it worrying? A woman says, I'm going to reveal everything. And then she's knocked off and then she's killed professionally murdered.
It's extremely unlikely that somebody who was trying to put an injection into
the woman is also equally...
That doesn't make sense.
No, is it possible? No, is it not possible? Is it not possible that she put up resistance when the killers came in? No, 1 second. Is it not possible? Tell me. Let's be logical. And Mr. Rajashekaran, you are a lawyer. Please be rational.
It's possible.
Is it not possible that somebody came in, tried to knock her off, she put up resistance?
Everything is possible.
The person put anesthetic and then put injection, then dressed up the body. I have the pictures. You look at the pictures. I'm not putting out the pictures out of respect for a deceased person. It looks as if she has been killed and then been laid out on the bed. A cloth has been put on her to make her look like she died normally, which she didn't.
No.
Why don't you look at the possibility of a professional murder, for God's sake?
No, I totally agree with you
No.
on the
They
merit
can
of
be
the
murdered.
case. See,
It
you
can be
cannot
murdered.
you cannot hypothetically say she is murdered by so and so. Time is there. The police has to prove their credibility, and
Quite
already they
right.
have miserably.
No,
failed for
I'm asking
Maybe
today.
so,
No,
may not be so.
I'm asking about direct question to you, Mr. Tulsi. The Congress party says politics into this issue.
You want to
What-
pronounce a judgment today?
No, I don't. I'm saying, where's the politics here? Where's the politics?
Absolutely.
Where is the? Is it wrong? Is it criminal? Today, is it criminal to ask questions? The media has always told you want to
not
pronounce
authorized to ask
judgment.
questions.
We are asking questions.
Why should you break?
Something is not adding up. This is a high-profile murder
We are
case.
shooting in the dark.
This is the most.
We have
This is one of the
5%
biggest
information and we
murder
want to
cases in the
pronounce
country, and there are very big people involved potentially.
It is. It is.
Only
So
one
therefore, you should be more careful.
No, what do you mean? You are threatening
You
me?
should be more careful before
You are threatening
pronouncing
me?
judgment.
Are you threatening me, Mr. Tulsi?
You are demonizing somebody.
I am demonizing
You
no
are
one. I'm
demonizing.
asking questions.
You should be more careful.
I am asking questions. I'm not demonizing anyone. And
You
Mr.
are
Tulsi,
demonizing.
are you threatening me
You are
on national
making it
television?
impossible for somebody to get justice.
Are you threatening me on national television?
What am I saying? I'm
Are
saying
you threatening me, Mr. Tulsi? Because I'll tell you one thing. I'm not
Why
easily
should I
swayed by
threaten you?
threats. I have faced enough.
I am telling you.
I am telling you, Mr. Tulsi,
You
and I'm
should-
saying this
you should
today.
be
I have
careful.
faced enough
You
threats
should
and I
not
don't care for
demonize
them.
people.
I don't care
You
for
should
these
not
threats.
point fingers.
I don't care for these threats. I'm
also
not
don't
saying
care.
anyone's murdered. What I'm pointing out is simply one fact, and Nalin Kohli is also like, bear it out. Is it criminal to ask questions now? Had these questions not been asked, is it not possible this case would have been covered up?
Mr.
Only facts on.
Come on.
Mr. Goswami, I want to make 3 or 4
You are
points.
shooting-
Nalin
one
Kohli
after
is
the
coming
other.
back to the
First,
debate.
For investigation.
Mr. Goswami, let me just finish, please. Excuse me, sir. Sir, let me just finish my point, Mr. Rajsekharan. I heard everybody. My point is, one is, asking questions is not necessarily pronouncing anyone guilty. Number one. We are everyone here, and I don't think there's an exception on this panel that says we would like to see the truth come out and basically establish what led to the death. And if there was foul play, that foul play should be known. It's not about raising questions on A, B, or C. The second point is actually on this panel, strangely, a lot of us are lawyers. So, I mean, we all understand the implications of what the constitutional position is. We all understand that people are innocent unless proven guilty. But that does not mean that we are pronouncing people guilty either.
Obviously.
So, I think we need to understand we are all making our comments, keeping that in mind. The third point is about the polonium angle. We need to bear in mind when questions are being asked that are we so shoddy that India does not have the facilities. After all, the cases of polonium poisoning are limited in the world. The fact is that we are known cases are Arafat, the other case was Litvinko. Both of them happened and they were tested in very, very specialized labs. Now, should that be true? We don't know, A, if it is true, whether that possibility is there or not. Should that be true, it will raise even further questions because access to something as limited as this would obviously raise questions who's involved. Now, Dr. Tharoor may well be innocent, but that does not necessarily mean that the homicidal angle
I'm
may
saying
be
this.
incorrect.
I'm
we
saying
have to
this
let
tonight.
the investigative agencies do the quiet, and we need to look at everything in the public domain.
I'm saying this tonight. I'm saying this tonight and let people who don't like it not like it. Sanjay Hegde says don't go there. I'll tell you, Sanjay Hegde, I'll go where I want. I don't believe in the journalism of cocktail circuits and holy cows.
I said don't go.
No, I don't believe in the journalism of cocktail circuits in Lutyens, Delhi and holy cows.
Don't
I am
politicize the police.
I am telling you that.
Propriety.
I'm telling, and the second point, KTS Tulsi says be careful. KTS Tulsi says be careful. I say to you, Mr. KTS Tulsi, don't threaten me on television. I am not persuaded or influenced by any threats.
About constitutional propriety.
I have faced enough threats, legal or otherwise.
I am saying constitutional
It is my constitutional right to ask questions, and I will.
Constitutional propriety.
It is my constitutional right to ask questions, and I will.
Constitutional propriety.
There is every propriety. I'm asking questions today. If there is going to be an attempt to silence the media, let the media, which is part of the cocktail circuit, let the media, which is part of the holy cow circuit, be censored, not the independent media in this country.
On a murder case, only the court of law can do it.
And in this country, if a woman is killed,
Supreme Court judgment.
I'm asking, if a woman is killed, and if it appears to be in mysterious circumstances, and if I ask questions, am I at fault? Am I at fault?
No.
I'd ask questions
You are converting
despite everything.
kangaroo court.
I put that question to the viewers of News Hour tonight. Am I at fault to ask questions?
Asking questions on the. asking questions on the legal point within the purview of law, you can do it.
Well, I know the purview of the law. I know my rights as an Indian citizen. I'm fully aware of my rights as a journalist.
Yes.
And what I'm saying today, is every time we ask questions, whether it is scams or this case, we are told, be careful, don't go there. I'm not pronouncing judgment. I am asking questions. I am asking what explains. You want to know the questions I am asking? I am asking again, despite Mr. KTS Tulsi's statement, be careful. People. I am asking, and let Mr. KTS Tulsi file a case against me. I am asking the question, why were there 15 injury marks on the body? I am asking a question, who injected her with what? I am asking a question, why was there a bite mark? I am asking a question, how come there was local anesthetic? I am asking a question on the presence of Alprax, and I am asking a question,
how was... Has to answer your questions. Delhi police. It is the onus on the Delhi police to answer all these questions. They have failed.
Call the Delhi police and call the then Home Minister, who the Delhi police reported to. Call them.
It is left to you.
What left?
It is left.
Call them. I am inviting the then Home Minister and Shashi Tharoor to come on my program.
Yeah, it is up to you. You have got all the right to question everybody.
I can ask. They can choose to come or not come. Don't make light of it. Somebody died. Somebody died. Somebody was murdered.
Definitely.
Lalita Kumaramangalam, why is the NCW quiet on this?
I empathize fully, totally with Sunanda Pushkar.
That is the critical point. And I think that is the most critical point.
I want to be told about my responsibility. I'm well enough. I'm aware of my responsibility not to be a voyeuristic person who puts out pictures of a dead body on television.
NCW being silent in this case.
Yes, Miss Kumaramangalam. Yes, Ms. Kumaramangalam.
I'm saying don't accuse the NCW of being silent in this case. We have not been silent. We have already written to them. As soon as I was informed about this today, I was traveling. As soon as I got back into Delhi, we've written to them saying, please give us whatever information they are allowed to give us legally. Obviously, the police is not going to be allowed to give the entire information they have out, give it out in the public domain. But we have written and they've already taken action. So to ask for an ATR is immaterial now. They have filed the FIR. I also called and I was told, yes, the FIR has been filed, ma'am. As soon as we receive your letter, we will send you a reply.
Something doesn't add up. Something doesn't add up. We are going to follow this. Somebody's played around with this. Shazia.
Has been filed. The FIR has been filed only
I think most of us are really keen to know, and we are very concerned. The thought that a woman was murdered and she was struggled in the last few hours of her life and she was trying to ward off her killers is indeed chilling, blood-curdling. So that bothers me. But I'm sure what bothers all others also equally is, what was the fact that she wanted to reveal? What was the press conference that she wanted to address? We would like to know the motive. That is something we want to know.
Yes.
And also, why is a system...
Yes, and I tell you this, Shazia.
Why it renders itself to political patronage?
I tell you this, Shazia. I'll tell you this. The gut instinct, ask any viewer of News Hour today. I share my gut instinct with you.
Please.
Someone very powerful could have had a role in this. And I'm telling you, I don't care for threats or of any kind, but we need to investigate this. Because Sunanda Pushkar did not kill herself.
Absolutely.
Sunanda Pushkar was murdered, and it appears she was professionally murdered. Who professionally murdered Sunanda Pushkar? Could it have been that very powerful people were not involved? Let people ask their conscience. We will follow the story. I thank you very much for joining me on debate number 1 on the News Hour tonight.